Okay, let's look at question 5b. Explain why there must be a value c for c values between -1 such that f double prime of c equals 0. Okay, so we know we have a chart question. Right? And it's talking about taking the second derivative, which means you're going to take the derivative of f prime. And anytime you see a question dealing with this, we're probably going to be dealing with the mean value theorem. Okay? So the mean value theorem essentially says that whatever your function looks like, there's a function, if the slope is this blue line here, then the argument is that this slope exists somewhere else on the function. So maybe like somewhere here, these lines would be parallel, and it probably would exist somewhere around here as well. Okay, so I suck at drawing lines, but let's assume that all these lines are parallel. Okay, in other words, they all have the same slope, right? And that's what this is. That's what the mean value theorem says, is that if the slope from the starting to the ending point, whatever that slope is, will exist somewhere else on the function. Okay, so all we have to do in this problem is figure out what the slope is from -1 to 1 of f prime, and if we can figure out what that is, and if that is 0, then f double prime will be 0 via the mean value theorem. So let's see here. We're going from -1 to 1. So the slope, the y values would be 0, 0, and it'd be 1 minus -1. So we have, we know that we would have 0 minus 0 over 1 minus -1, which is clearly 0. So because the slope of f double prime of x from -1 to 1 is 0, then via the mean value theorem, f double prime of c would be 0. Okay. Now, to really explain the answer to this question, I'm going to show you how the scoring guide writes it. Okay, so what the scoring guide says is, and this is important here, you have to state, to use the mean value theorem, just like in the mean value theorem, you have to state that it's continuous. So you have to show that it's f prime is differentiable. We know that f prime is differentiable because it says that this is a twice differentiable function. And so, let's go back here. So if f prime is differentiable, then it has to be continuous. We showed this earlier, that what happens is we take the derivative, or we find the slope, we get it to be 0, and then we can say, therefore, by the mean value theorem, there is at least one value of c between -1, such that f double prime is equal to 0. Okay? So I would practice also writing it in this format for the AP test. On our test, it's not a big deal, but on the AP test it will matter. Okay? So please make sure that you state that it is differentiable and hence continuous. Alright guys, hopefully that makes sense, and I'll see you all in the next video.